When you think about medical technology, you probably think of giants like GE or Siemens, right? They dominate the space. So how on earth has this relatively small Swedish company called Sectra managed to consistently go head-to-head with them and win? Well, today, we're going to deconstruct the investment case for Sectra and figure out what exactly makes this company tick. To really get Sectra, you have to start right here with this question. Because the answer, well, it's at the very heart of what makes this company such a fascinating and frankly compelling case study for any investor out there.
All right, so let's start by digging into what Sectra actually does and how it manages to consistently punch so far above its weight class.
Okay, so at its core, Sectra operates in two different worlds. One is cybersecurity for governments, and fun fact, that's where the company got its name. Sectra is short for secure transmission. But the real engine, the part of the business that we're focused on, is its medical imaging IT. Just think about the incredibly complex software that doctors and radiologists rely on every single day to look at X-rays, MRIs, and all kinds of scans. That software, that's Sectra's bread and butter. And that brings us to the million-dollar question. In a market just packed with titans, we're talking GE Healthcare, Siemens, Philips, how does this smaller Swedish company not just survive, but actually consistently win? What is its secret weapon? What's its unbreakable moat? 12. Just look at that number. For 12 years straight, Sectra has been ranked #1 for customer satisfaction in the US by an independent research firm called KLAS. And let me be clear, this is not some fluffy marketing award. This is based on direct, honest feedback from thousands of doctors and technicians who use this stuff day in and day out. Get this, 100% of their major US customers said they would buy from them again. No other competitor is even in the same ballpark.
And that unbelievable customer loyalty, it isn't just about feeling good. It translates directly into winning business. In the all-important US market, Sectra is chosen in more than a quarter of all new deals. Think about that. They are actively and consistently taking market share away from the big guys.
Now, here's the other side of that coin. Not only are they amazing at winning new customers, they almost never lose the ones they have. Their annual customer churn rate is just 0.6%. That is ridiculously low. It basically means once a hospital plugs into the Sectra ecosystem, they stay there. For good.
So you have to ask, why is it so sticky? Well, it all comes down to incredibly high switching costs. You see, this software isn't just an app. It's the central nervous system for a hospital's entire diagnostic workflow. Tearing it out and replacing it is a nightmare. It's wildly expensive. It can take years. You have to migrate these gigantic archives of patient data, and you have to retrain hundreds of clinicians. So for a hospital that's already happy with the product, the motivation to switch is pretty much zero. And that, right there, is what an investor calls a powerful economic moat.
Okay, now let's shift gears and talk about the financials. Because there's a huge strategic change happening that's creating a bit of an iceberg for investors. What you see on the surface, well, it doesn't quite tell the whole story of what's going on underneath. You see, Sectra is right in the middle of a massive pivot. They're moving away from the old model of selling one-time upfront software licenses to a recurring subscription model, what we all know as SaaS. Now, long-term, this is an absolutely brilliant move. It creates predictable, high-quality revenue streams, but in the short term, it does something kind of funny to the financial reports. Instead of getting one huge payment up front, that same revenue gets spread out over many years. This makes the reported sales growth look a lot slower than it actually is. It's a bit of an illusion. But this is the part of the iceberg you need to see. This is what's really going on. Look at their cloud recurring revenue. It's absolutely exploding, up almost 50% last year. And then look at the order bookings. That's the total value of contracts they've signed but haven't billed yet. It has skyrocketed by 40% to a record-breaking level. So while the top-line sales number might seem a little sleepy, the real underlying health of the business is incredibly strong.
Okay, so this all brings us to the central conflict, right? The classic dilemma for anyone looking at this company today and thinking about putting money into it. And it really boils down to this. On one hand, the bull case is simple. You've got this exceptionally high-quality business with a massive moat, it's making a brilliant shift to SaaS revenue, and it's even expanding into new, exciting areas like digital pathology. But on the other hand, the bear case is, what if these giants finally wake up? What if the cloud transition hurts their profit margins? And then there's the elephant in the room, the valuation. The stock is priced at a huge premium to its competitors.
And when we say a premium, we really, really mean it. Just look at these valuation metrics, like the price to sales or price to earnings ratios. You can see the market is making you pay way, way more for a dollar of Sectra sales or profits than you would for G's or Philips. So the whole debate for an investor is that massive premium actually justified by the company's superior quality and growth prospects? And here's one more unique little piece of the puzzle that I find fascinating. Remember how the company started in cybersecurity, secure transmission? Well, that's not just a cool bit of trivia. In the world of healthcare, where protecting patient data is absolutely paramount, having that deep DNA and security gives Sectra this incredible brand halo. It's a real credible advantage that their competitors just don't have. So it all brings us back to that one core question that you, as an investor, have to answer for yourself. Is it truly best-in-class company? One with a deep moat built on something as powerful as customer love? Is it really worth that premium price tag? That is the ultimate puzzle you have to solve when you're analyzing a company like Sectra.